Let's talk top 5 biggest disappointments from the Vikings 2023 season. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and we're going to talk about something that Lupagus and I are well aware of being a disappointment. We're talking about the top 5 Vikings disappointments. We know there's a lot more of them. Horrible season, but we got our top 5. So let us know in the comments yours.
If you don't want to be a disappointment, subscribe to the channel, like, comment as well. And if you really want to be a winner and not a disappointment to your family, become a member as well.
Yeah, we're doing a lot more YouTube member videos only. We just did our top 5 football movie. What was the one before? Our top 5 Vikings. We're going to mix it up. We're going to mix it up. Keep it nice and relaxed.
Yeah, top 5 Vikings you want to maybe have a sleepover with.
That's a great topic, and it'll probably be on the list. Let's talk about some Vikings we might not want to have a sleepover with.
Is that kid finishing in the corner, or is he crying?
I don't like when you ask if I. Yeah, that was gross. All right, let's go. Comments. What are your biggest disappointments? Let's go. Number 5. A record at home. We're 2-6. I looked it up. Worse since 2011. And in 2011, we only had 3 wins. 2-6 at home.
Yeah, and the question is why? Why is it? I mean, is it because you're fumbling early, taking the crowds out of it? Like the case was the Chiefs game, turnovers at half against the Bucs in the opener. Are those plays deflating the fan base, deflating the audience? I mean, bringing them down? I don't know. Is it the level of competition you played? I mean, look at the teams you played at home: Lions, Packers, Bucs, Chiefs, all playoff teams. I mean, I don't know what it is, but why is US Bank not an advantage for this team, especially this year? Really, really bad at home.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're putting this on the fans. Like that place is packed.
I don't know what it is. I know, but it's packed. But
this is the players. This is their home. They come in with a different mentality. Like there's no way in hell we're losing at home, especially to these shitty teams. So I put this on from the top: Kevin O'Connell, the players, all that, because that place is packed.
I mean, if teams are having no problems calling their plays and whatever, I mean, there is some, you got to put, it's a mix of both. It's a mix of the fans. It's a mix of the team. Like, I don't understand. Like, you're at home. You can go home after the game right away. You're staying at home the night before. Like, I mean, I think that's in a hotel the night before the game, but even 2 nights before, I don't get it. I don't understand from a mental standpoint how you lose, how it's not an advantage to be at home.
Yeah. 2-6. Brutal. The worst. Hate it. People come in here like, yeah, they suck at home. We're going to kick their ass. That's their mentality.
And next year we lose a game. One of our home games will be a London game. Maybe that'll be a good thing for the Vikings. I don't know.
I like those because we can start drinking beer at 8 in the morning. It's wonderful.
Beer and pancakes.
All right, next one. Big name free agents making an impact. Something they did not do. Davenport, Lowry, Byron, Murphy. Big old swing and miss in free agency. We really banking on those guys.
Yeah, I mean, especially Davenport. I mean, Lowry. I mean, Murphy had highs and lows, and when he went out, also the defense fell apart. So, but Davenport and Lowry, nothing. You got nothing. I mean, you got one good game out of Davenport, and then he gets hurt, and then just doesn't come back. Lowry was just horrible. Like, you forgot he was even out there. He was so bad. Again, for a team that's doing this competitive rebuild, you want to be competitive. You need your free agents that you bring in to hit, and these guys didn't.
Yeah, and I'm not giving Murphy a complete pass. I mean, we brought him to be our number 1 corner. I mean, I would say he's definitely a very good corner. He showed some flashes when it killed us, but like, I don't know if he played as a number 1 corner.
No, it was mixed. Definitely a mixed season for him, highs and lows.
Look forward to next year's and come back. And just so you know, we're going to be doing a top 5 like surprises of 2023 too. We're going to do something a little more do a spin on this, but not today. Not today. Next up, our draft class, 2022 draft class. Hoping some of those guys would step up to make a disaster less of a disaster.
Well, in particular, the first couple picks, Lewis Seen, preseason thought he might start. Turns out he doesn't even play. Theo Jackson passes him up on the depth chart. Andrew Booth Jr., same story. He can't get out there. Jalen Williams is getting out there just as many reps as he is, an undrafted rookie from this year. Yes, he played a little bit more at the end. There's still just a slight little pube of hope for Andrew Booth Jr. The only guys you can actually look at that you can think did anything this year, Ed Ingram taking a step forward. How big a step that was is the question. And Ty Chandler getting some run as the lead back. But other than that, especially at the top, this 2022 draft class is horseshit.
You're giving Asamoah a pass here.
That's why I think I don't even bother with him, because he's just so off the fucking map.
Yeah, but this was his year. This was his moment. Like, everybody's expectations for this guy were ridiculous. Like, it's time. He's going to start. Him and Hicks. I know Ivan Pace luckily played, but like, Asamoah should have been out there. He should have been the man, and he didn't even see the field. And I don't even know if he makes the team next year.
Oh, I forgot all about him. I've already rolled him off. I mean, that's why I don't even mention him, because you forget he's even a draft pick. I totally forgot about him. And that's the sad thing, because, yeah, we did have high expectations. I bet you we did a video with Breakout candidates. I'm sure he was on there, number one.
Out of the 2020, for this year, like, not the rookie year was different expectations. Year 2, we already knew Scene was looking like he was going to be a bust. Booth couldn't get on the field. Asamoah was the guy that I had the highest expectations for class this year, and he went poop. He went poopy.
He went poop.
And I'm finally getting to say his name the right way, and he's probably not going to be on the team.
Yeah, by the time you learn to pronounce it, he's be gone.
Go back to Asamoah. All right, next up, one of the more important ones, KOC's lack of balls.
Lack of balls. When you're 7-10, you blow some games probably, and the Vikings definitely blew a few. And it was because the head coach was playing ballless football. Like, you watched the game the other night against the Lions and the Rams. What do Lions do when they have a chance to put the game away? They throw the ball for the first down. They don't sit there and run it into the teeth of defense 3 times and punt. No, they say, screw it. We're going to take this into our own hands and win this game. And KOC had chances to do that. He did not do that. Almost blew a huge lead against the Saints. Put the Bears game especially on him too. Same with the Bengals game. I thought those games were very poorly coached, and the Vikings let those 3 get away.
Yeah, ballless, heartless, sometimes mindless. There's a lot of less things that Kevin O'Connell did this year, and it's tough. I mean, for these young whippersnappers at head coach, they should be the ones out there doing crazy ass things. We're not seeing it at all.
Well, and
play calling, not even just letting off the gas. Play calling in general, it's boring.
It's a copycat league, and I don't want to go as hardcore as the Lions are, but at least a little bit of that. Get a little bit of Dan Campbell in you, just a little.
Oh,
bit.
I wish.
You go full into you.
All right,
you'd be crying like that guy in the corner.
I would be. Last one, lack of running game. 29th in the league, 91.4 yards a game. I mean, I didn't expect to be like maybe not even top 10. I expected to be like top 15. This was pathetic.
Middle of the road. And there was this commitment to the run game this offseason, bringing in Josh Oliver, re-signing Alexander Madison. We all thought the Vikings were going to run the football this year. It just didn't happen. It just wasn't there. And I think they actually graded out fairly well. These run blocking grades weren't horrible. So it makes you wonder what the hell is going on. Is it the backs? Play calling. And that is true. Like, some of the setup of some of these runs, I hate the design. Like, there were these slow delayed handoffs where you're not letting the back hit the hole with any momentum. It's kind of like a second delay. So I don't know. I think that killed a lot of the run games. And I think there's some poor vision, some poor decisions by the backs as well. So a lot of factors went into this, but we thought the run game was going to be, a lot more effective this year. And, KOC does like to throw the pass, but he's got to learn to balance this thing out too.
Well, yeah, it was. I put this mostly on play calling. I don't put it on the offensive line. I'm not saying the offensive line did fantastic. I don't put it on the running backs. Alexander Madison's a good running back. Like, he's a decent running back. The play calling, whether it was they just never ran the ball, they never gave him a chance to get it going. That's my issue with this. I'm not saying Madison's a all-pro by any means, but he's better than that. I mean, I bet if he was on a different team, he would have done a lot better.
I think he's a guy who also needs, he needs carries, he needs reps, he needs to keep doing it. And
yeah,
it just didn't happen. There's plenty of times we ran the ball about, less than 15 times a game, which is just not. You can't win that way. We've
seen worse running backs with worse offensive lines with the Vikings do better.
So back to the drawing board when it comes to the run game. I think from a play design, calling concept, all kinds of things. So, yeah, the fact we couldn't run the ball, very, very disappointing.
Those are our top 5 biggest disappointments. As you can see, that wee young lad up in the corner is very sad about this. There's way more than 5. Let us know in the comments your biggest disappointments. In life, too, if you want to put that.
Yeah, let us know. If you're disappointed in our looks as well.
That could be a good members video. Lupagus I do our biggest top 5 life disappointments.
Wow.
Tune in.
All right. Well, remember this, where you think about your life disappointments. The average United States resident creates over 56 tons of trash per year.